Welcome to Empower Today. We're in our second week of thinking about death. This is Tunbridge Cemetery and I've conducted many burials here. One of my closest friends growing up, when I was 19, he was 20, people from the church family, people from Tunbridge Angels Football Club and many more besides. We all die. One headline on the internet said, "Death, the #1 killer." I mean, it's kind of obvious really, isn't it? And yet we do kid ourselves, if you're at all like me, that we aren't going to die, that we'll be the one that dodges that eternal bullet, as it were. But we are going to die, all of us. There's a really unfashionable word, it's sin, and sin brought death into the world. Sin in Greek can mean many things: evil desires, missing the mark, depravity, all kinds of things. It's not just one thing. Sometimes the church focuses so much on sexual sin, as my mum would call it, but it's wider than that. Think of this last week. I've done stuff wrong, have you? I imagine most of us have, and death came into the world through sin. That's the story of Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 1, God creates Adam and Eve and all of creation in that poem, and they live in harmony. And then in Genesis 3, they mess up, they sin, they stuff up, they miss the mark, and sin comes in then. And that's why we die. There can be so much focus on sin, though, on Genesis chapter 3, that we can forget that that's not the way we were made. We were made in Genesis chapter 1. And that's what we should be trying to reclaim. That's the way us should be trying to live. A life full of hope. A life that in the midst of death looks for eternity as well. Genesis 3, Genesis 1. I want to live my life in Genesis chapter 1, not in Genesis chapter 3, your stuff up, your waste of space, all those things that can be piled upon us by culture, school, work, church, family. No. Genesis chapter 1, you were created by God for life and to make a positive difference in this world. How about you? Genesis 1 or Genesis 3? Until we die, why don't we try for a Genesis chapter 1 kind of life? Take care.